Humankind cannot gain anything without first giving something in return. To obtain, something of equal value must be lost. That is alchemy's first law of equivalent exchange.
Nothing comes without sacrifice, the law of equivalent exchange. In order to create, one must first provide. I feel like a lot of us, we want something, but we don't want to sacrifice anything. We aren't willing to give up anything to get that thing that we want in return. But in order to receive, you have to give. There's that push and pull, there's that give and take. A lot of the time we have goals and aspirations. We want to achieve certain things, but we aren't willing to sacrifice. We aren't willing to give up certain things in order to obtain those things of equal value. If you want something big, you have to sacrifice big. If you want something small, you sacrifice small. But a lot of us want all these big things and we aren't willing to sacrifice at all. We aren't willing to sacrifice anything. In order to build a house, you need that material, you need those people, you need that labor. But understanding that it's like that with everything in your life. In order to get, you first must give. You have to have that exchange. It's like if you go out for pizza, you have to pay that $5 no matter what. You go out, nothing in life is free. You have to have some sort of exchange. You get money by working, and then you get that money in exchange for food. Nothing in life is free. It's even if you go out with one of your friends and your friends pays for you, it may be free to you, but to them, they had to put in double the effort. They had to put in double the shifts at work because they had to pay for you. For them, their sacrifice, what they gave up in order to get 2 meals instead of the one that they normally get for you, it's free for you, but for them, it was double the effort. It was double the cost. A lot of us want this fit body. We want to be healthy, but we aren't willing to sacrifice. We aren't willing to put in the time, the effort, and the discipline in order to get that dream body that we want. We'd rather go get that ab sketching done and that plastic surgery. We'd rather get all these fake things done, all these quick fixes for something that you can't fix, something that you can't get without giving in return. You have to sacrifice in order to get. If you want big things, you have to sacrifice big things. You have big dreams, big goals, you have to be willing to sacrifice those parties. You have to be willing to sacrifice going out with your friends. You have to be willing to sacrifice what people think of you. A lot of the time people will say you're crazy. People will make all these narratives about you, and that's something that you have to exchange. You have to exchange being ridiculed. You have to exchange being talked about, being that person that everybody thinks is crazy, something like that. You have to be willing to sacrifice what other people think of you. You have to sacrifice all this time, all this effort in order to achieve those big goals, in order to achieve big, in order to get something big in return, something of equal value. Equal value has to be exchanged. The law of equivalent exchange. A lot of the time we don't want to exchange. We don't want to give up anything. We don't want to sacrifice for the things that we want. But the law of equivalent exchange says that in order to get whatever we want, we have to sacrifice. We have to give up something in return. There's give and take, that push and pull. I have a friend in my life, and they're in a relationship that I don't necessarily see as healthy. The person that they're with, I don't think is ready for a relationship. They have a lot of growing and they have a lot of things that they need to work on before they can have a healthy relationship with even themselves. You can't have a healthy relationship with another person if you don't have it with yourself. And for me, I think that in order for that person to grow, in order for that person to become who they need to be, they have to separate. They have to give, and they have to sacrifice their relationship in order for that person to truly understand the value and what they need to work on. They have to sacrifice their relationship in order for that person to bloom and become the flower that they're always meant to be, the person that they're always meant to be. But if they're always stuck in the same relationship that they have, they're never going to become that person. And yeah, I know maybe you can, but it's hard. It's hard to give something without taking first. You can't become the person you need to be if you're in that relationship. And they have to sacrifice their relationship in order for that person to become the person that he needs to be. To achieve anything in life, even a skill, you have to put in time, effort, discipline. You have to put all these different things in order to obtain. So asking yourself, what is it that I want? What do I want? But what are you willing to sacrifice for those things. In order to get, you have to give an equal amount of effort, equal amount of time, equal amount of whatever it is. You have to be willing and ready to sacrifice. You have to be willing and ready to exchange those things. But I feel like a lot of the time now, all we do is we want things to come easy. We want things to just be dropped off right in front of our face. But it doesn't work like that. Life doesn't work like that. If you want something, you have to be willing to sacrifice. You have to be willing to give up. You have to be willing to exchange. The law of equivalent exchange. You have to be willing to sacrifice the same value, the same thing, in order to get something of same value in return. So stop thinking that you can put in no effort and receive all these things. Stop thinking that you can grind for 1 year and the rest of your life is set up. In order to achieve big things, you have to give up big things. What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to sacrifice for those things? It has to be of equal value. Humankind cannot gain anything without first giving something in return. To obtain something of equal value must be lost. And a lot of us don't want to lose things. We don't want to lose our time. We don't want to lose our youth. We don't want to lose our 20s. That time where we should be partying or going having fun, discovering ourselves. We don't want to sacrifice that time in order to set ourselves up for the future. A lot of us want that, but we aren't willing to sacrifice our 20s. We aren't willing to sacrifice going out, partying, those relationships. We aren't willing to sacrifice all these things. But in order to get certain things, you have to be willing to sacrifice something of equal and equivalent value. So ask yourself, what do you want, but what are you willing to sacrifice for the things that you want? What are you willing to exchange? The law of equivalent exchange.